Soul searching. The sneaker hunt is not just about the sneaker, it's about finding yourself within it. Soul searching is about looking beyond a sneaker's basic purpose and understanding its true meaning, its story, its relationship with people, and how it manifests your individuality.
What's going on, YouTubers, and welcome to your journey on soul searching. We're here at Deutsche Park about to kick off the introduction. I'm your host, Nibz&Nabz. I'm your host, Nabz. Host Nibz? Yeah, this is Nibz&Nabz. I'm just getting confused, you know, with the names.
I'll take it away from here. So, we're going to be exploring a few different concepts throughout the duration of this documentary series. In the beginning, we're going to be spoon feeding y'all some of the tools and the knowledge, fill in the gaps. You're not thinking, what the heck are these guys talking about? And moving down the road, we're going to be talking to select sneakerheads, exploring some closets, figuring out what consists of like these closets, answering questions such as what is a sneakerhead, what does it mean to be a sneakerhead, basic definitions so you can follow along, and figuring out, you know, like the personal and historical context behind each pair, why some sneakerheads will resell their shoes and why they'll keep some rather than sell them.
That's pretty extensive, Nibz.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
I like that.
That's pretty much what's going on, right? Let's bounce.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, let's get to it. How Nibz got introduced to the game. My earliest memory, I think it would be a little disrespectful to not point out the fact that since a youngin' I always had some fresh kicks on my feet. But my earliest memory, how I came up, was probably Gus Smacker. I think I was in grade 5. I was with my big sister. I remember the first thing we did, we went to Champ Sports Masonville Mall. Got my fresh white tee, got my NBA official headband. He got my first like real fade, my lineup. Won my big sister, and all I really remember was how many people there were, how many different Jordans I seen, and when it came down to the finals and more teams were being eliminated, I realized there's just bigger crowds of people watching. Like everybody that you've seen at Gus Smacker, they were there every single day whether they were playing or not. It was as much as a basketball tournament, as much as it was like a showcasing of like your personal style. People were wearing like an array of different brands, Fila basketball shoes, Reeboks, anything that you probably heard of, you probably seen that day. But yeah, like I remember like watching these games, and like I remember every time somebody got close to me and I'm on the sidelines, I'd always be watching their shoes. After the tournament, like I would want to like buy these certain shoes because like, you know, my big cousin wore them, or because it was my first time at Gus Smacker, or it was because I spent time with my sister. I remember like, yo, like I seen certain shoes, like, yo, I want to buy those. Just because of like that personal tie I had with it, that personal moment that, you know, that's behind the brand that ties into like that moment. You know, just the overall experience in general is what, you know, really fostered and like kind of created that relationship with me and all my sneakers.
Alright, how Nabz got introduced to the game. So my introduction to the game wasn't as conventional as others. At the time growing up, I wasn't really heavy on sneakers at all. For that matter, I didn't even like basketball. The only thing that I had in alignment with the sneaker culture was listening to hip hop. So that didn't really help me lead into that. It was just something that I was like, oh, like this is kind of, you know, I get the same kind of vibe. What really got me into sneakers specifically was the movie Lottery Ticket. I remember watching that with Bow Wow with his, you know, Foot Locker uniform and everything. There was a scene he was going up to his room with one of his friends. As he's going up to his room and opening up his closet, all you see is just boxes of sneakers. And it's just something that does to me. I don't know, even when I go on Instagram, I see like nice pictures of a bunch of shoes. It just makes me want to buy like 1,000 pairs, you know? Like I get so excited. So that was really something that boggled my mind because he lived in the hood. And at the time I was fortunate growing up, but I didn't have that. And I was thinking like, how was he able to do all that? And the only thing that clicked in my mind at that time was Foot Locker. So being naive, that's what I thought I had to get into the game, was to work at Foot Locker. So I got the job. When I started getting kicks, I didn't get like what you would normally get, like soft colors. I grew up getting was a white shoe and a black shoe. That's what I thought all I needed, was a white shoe and a black shoe. Well, I didn't have the focus on my shoes. I was like, nah, I'm gonna get like safari print, like flashy colorways. like neon orange and snake skin. Like those are the colors I was getting at first, and it wasn't even Jordans. It was just whatever, just so that people are now redirecting their focus to my feet. It wasn't until 2 years into my sneaker hunt, was it? What do you call it? Sneaker journey. It wasn't until then that I got my first pair of Jordans, and it was the Bordeaux 7s. And I remember that because all my friends got those, me and Nibz. It was a pretty pivotal moment for me because it was my first pair of Jordans, and I was like, damn, like Michael Worthy. Even though I wasn't into basketball, like I could appreciate greatness, you know? And after that, it was just, I knew I was pretty hooked, and everything kept going and going and going. So you know what? I took the name. I'm sneakerhead now, you know? So it's all good.
Nibz.
How's it going, bud?
It's going pretty good, man.
Well,
You're thinking of too many things alive.
No, because
Nibz.
Alright, family. On this journey of soul searching, the big question that everybody's gonna be asking, everybody's gonna be wondering is like, how is the sneaker culture different than every other retail culture? I need you to break that down for me. Can you do that for me?
Of course, can
you let the people know?
For the people.
Yeah, for the people.
The reason why sneaker culture is so different than every other culture, in my eyes, is first of all reselling.
Yeah.
So it's no joke. Like you can buy shoes, especially like I guess now Yeezys more prevalent. Like a lot of Adidas, like anything with a boost in it.
Of course.
Retro Jordans, forever, always. You can buy them, whatever, $200, $300. You can resell them like. Sometimes you go online, you can see some easily like $450, $550, like it's ridiculous. People also will do trades. You know, there's groups on Facebook. There's like people ads on Kijiji, eBay. Like you could buy shoes, wear them, crease them, determine its value based on how much you've worn them, try and clean them, even though they're obviously used, and then resell them or trade them and then like add some money on top of that. Like that's crazy to me. Like I've never like
still make the money that you pay for.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you're like wearing other people's shoes though. Something that I realized is like, you know, everybody knows like Yeezy, like Kanye has his shoe. Like who's that guy? He made like some shoe for $400 retail recently.
Who? Kanye?
Basketball player.
Alonzo Ball. Or
See, I didn't even remember his name, but everybody knows he has a shoe, even though it's like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'd never buy it, but like less people would know about like a clothing line, like ASAP's clothing line.
Yeah.
Like he has such a big influence. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
More than like a lot of basketball players. So because like the demand for shoes is so high though.
Yeah.
People also camp out for sneakers. People also line up for stores that don't do lineups. They do like raffles.
You don't see that with other retail culture.
I've never seen that at all. I've never lined up or done a raffle to get a t-shirt. The only thing that comes close is like, you know, jackets are obviously more expensive. Like it's still not the same.
No,
because I haven't worn a jacket that Michael Jordan's worn before.
Yeah.
So
like,
it's his story, the story it tells. You know what I'm saying? Like it's historical context.
It's funny that you mentioned that though. How I see shoes is through two basic concepts. The first is like your historical context, which is like the general context that everybody shares, and then there's your unique personal experience that you have with the shoe, or how you got the shoe, whatever it is. For example, the Bordeaux 7. Shout out to your Bordeaux 7s. Everybody knows the Bordeaux 7s for, let's say, Michael Jordan wearing it, his second championship, when he was in that commercial with Michael Jackson, you know, playing one-on-one. But then there's your own personal experience that's unique to any other, right? Which is our first pair of Jordans that we got. And I'm not planning on selling these, I'm not planning on rebuying them. Like, this is the pair I will keep no matter how much work I put into them, how they're creased, how dirty they are. They will stay in my closet for as long as I collect sneakers. So that's what we, you know, I think that's a good way to, you know, start off the episode, you know, let them know. That's a good way to distinct why the sneaker culture is like really different than everything else. Don't you think, Nibz?
Let's go.
Got a question for you guys.
Leave it to after. Thank you, YouTubers. Thank you for tuning in to Welcome to the Game. That concludes our first episode, but Nabz, I want to ask questions to the people.
Yeah, okay.
Put you on spot though. Right?
You're gonna ask me first?
I'm gonna ask you, I'll put you on spot.
Okay,
I want you to let them know
okay,
what it is,
okay.
alright? Can you do that for me?
I can do that.
Alright, cool. If you could pick one all-purpose sneaker.
All-purpose.
Alright, so that's like you wear to like the courts, patio season, school, you know, little broski's game, wifey, whatever it is, dates, okay? One all-purpose shoe, what would it be?
So like a beater almost, right?
If you had one pair, would you beat it up? I don't know.
What it's just naturally been for me, when I have those type of days, I'm wearing my Safari foam posits. I just wear it throughout the whole day. The soles are not even icy no more, and that's just how I deal with it. So.
But do you think it's also because like that was your first maybe shoe working at Foot Locker?
It was one of my first biggest purchases.
Do you think it was tied to that personal experience,
so,
maybe?
Yeah,
too?
maybe
Yeah,
a
it has
little
something to do
bit.
with it, right?
A little bit.
Alright. For me, I would probably say like a 7210, like an 11. That's like, you know, I'm not really scared to wear it out. It's all, you know, predominantly black.
Yeah.
It's a basketball shoe, so you know I play ball in my J's.
I do.
I'm not scared to do that. But I would probably have to admit, all black Nike Hirachi.
Okay.
For a few reasons. It's unisex, so like guys and girls love them. It's retro.
Okay,
so it has a lot of historical context to it. It's very comfortable, obviously. It's all black. You can get away with like anything. Very minimal creases.
Okay.
So I mean, I think that
sums it up.
That is what it is, yeah.
That concludes our first episode, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Our next episode, we'll go into more of London as a sneaker place rather than just, you know, sneaker culture in general. But before we get into all that, I'm just hungry right now. I know, shooting all day, you know what I mean? Talk about sneakers. What are you trying to eat right now?
I want rice and chicken.
That sounds like Bearcats to me, man. Yeah, it's a Bearcats.
Cool.
All right, let's roll.
All right.
Catch you guys later.
Later, guys.